He is Todd Palmer. I am Blair Kerkhoff. We are in Hoover, Alabama.
Hoover. What?
Day one of SEC Media Days is in the book. Day one of
4. We got 3 more to go, Blair.
But it was interesting today. We heard from Gus Malzahn in Auburn, Jim McElwain at Florida. Sorry about that. And Derek Mason, the Vanderbilt coach. But I thought the most interesting information of the day came from SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey.
Yeah, and he kicks off every media days with his State of the SEC address, and it was interesting to me. There was almost a political undercurrent to what he had to say, and he touched on the recent divisiveness with the police shootings in Louisiana and Minneapolis, and then the Dallas police being shot, and of course. Commissioner Sankey lived in Dallas for 11 years, so I think this is,
hits home, doesn't it?
Sure, it hits home, and it wasn't done in an exploitative way, but he really made a point to talk about, even quoting Nelson Mandela, about the power sports can have in the wider world, and he dovetailed that in with the new SEC slogan, "It just means more," and it's going to get mocked like all slogans do.
Yes, it will.
But I thought that that the point he was making and the way he went about it was effective and interesting.
It was, and we talked to the athletes here as well as the coaches. And one of the players we talked to today was a Vanderbilt linebacker. His name is Oren Burks. Mm-hmm. Real interesting guy. Not afraid to speak out about some of these issues. I wrote about him for tomorrow. A campus leader, a guy who is involved deeply in black student affairs at Vandy, and also with groups that sexual assault and domestic violence groups on campus as well. Real interesting guy, and hope you will read that tomorrow in the print editions of the Kansas City Star. So, what do we have coming up tomorrow?
Well,
day 2.
Yeah, day 2. You've got the introduction of Trevor Knight as Texas A&M's starting quarterback.
Former Sugar Bowl MVP for OU.
Graduate student transfer. Apparently, he sees the writing on the wall with Baker Mayfield, so he's going to cast his lot with the quarterback deficient Aggies.
A lot of quarterback deficient teams this
league. Very quarterback. Although we'll get to see 2 of the quarterbacks tomorrow, because in addition to Texas A&M, Georgia, and
Mississippi State,
you've also got Tennessee, and Josh Dobbs will be here.
And Tennessee, of course, we don't know this for sure, but looks like the favorite in the SEC East, which would be a first for them in about a decade. So pressure on Tennessee. We'll hear from Tennessee tomorrow.
We'll see if Tennessee can live up to the hype, because that seems to have been a little bit of an issue. Although on paper, I think Tennessee is the team to beat. So we'll hear from Butch Jones and some of those folks tomorrow. And of course, Missouri's not up until Wednesday. But on Wednesday, Barry Odom will make his SEC Media Days debut. And then you'll also have Charles Harris, the Lincoln Prep graduate, and junior defensive end, senior linebacker Michael Shear, and then senior tight end Sean Colkin. And Colkin was actually one of the guys that Sankey mentioned when talking about his faith. And
couple of guys, couple of Mizzou athletes Greg Sankey talked about today in his opening remarks. So, looking forward to Missouri on Wednesday. Looking forward to actually all 4 days here in Hoover. So follow the coverage of the SEC Media Days and the print editions of the Kansas City Star online at kansascity.com.